Well, I'm delighted to be joined here today by Matt from Xopero. Today, we're going to be talking about Xopero, which is a Polish backup vendor. So, firstly, Matt, tell me more about Xopero and the advantage you think you have over the competition.
Yeah, so as you said, we're based in Poland. The company was founded in 2009 in Gorzów Wielkopolski, which is a town in the northern part of Poland. And since then, we've been working very, very hard, tirelessly um, to provide our customers and our partners with a top-class backup solution that provides data sovereignty with the data being managed and retained locally in the EU. So we're a 100% EU vendor. We do all of our product development, all of our support. Everything is EU based. We don't outsource it anywhere. So given the scope of the times that we have right now, and a lot of partners and customers trying to work with vendors that are more local and not from the US or other countries outside of the EU, I think that's a tremendous value right now.
Yeah, fantastic. And so I understand that you're very new on board as Xopero. So, what were you brought on board to do?
Okay, yeah. So I became the head of channel sales at the beginning of June this year. And my main role right now is basically to grow our channel internationally. Yeah. So the UK is obviously one of our key markets targeted for our expansion. In Poland, right now, we are one of the market leaders. We're the second biggest backup vendor by revenue and by market share in Poland. So, we decided that, it's a kind of natural course of growth that we want to provide our technology to partners and customers more widely.
Great. And so, what is the channel strategy specifically for the UK?
Well, basically, the most important thing for me, and that's what we're going to build the whole strategy upon, is going to be partner loyalty. That's I think the key factor that any vendor worth their soul should focus on, right? So we're going with a distribution model. We're going to be working with a sole distributor that's going to be E92. We've spoken to them several times, and they seem like a great fit. But the most important thing right now is that, if we want to grow the business, we want to invest in the market. Yeah. So we definitely want to be very, very active. We want to support our partners with just with being present, right? We want to do a lot of events with them. We want to do a lot of enablement. We want to be very, very responsive. Yeah, so we don't want to just hand it off to the distributor and not care. The UK is a key market for us, so we want to have feet on the ground. We want to be here. We have a good MSP offering. We have an awesome product. We can address a lot of large scale projects as well. But our offering, by nature, can be addressed to any sort of business. Basically, it's very, very scalable. So right now, the key element is be present, be loyal, be responsive, support the partners, train them, and yeah, that's how we do it.
That's fantastic. So, I mean, can you talk to me more about the competitive landscape for Xopero? So, who you going up against? What are your USPs, and what's the compelling reason why an MSP or a partner would want to work with you over and above some of those incumbents?
Okay, yeah. So there is a few of those. So basically, our main competitor in Poland, for example, is Veeam, and we're working to overtake them in market share within the next probably 1 or 2 years. We'll see. Other backup vendors, like Acronis, Commvault, for example, we tend to compete with them as well. So there's a few things that we do that kind of what's the word, distinguishes us. In general, one of the things we've already spoken about, we're a fully EU-based backup vendor. I don't think any other vendor right now can claim that. The offering that we have is quite wide. One of the things that I think is very unique is our DevOps backup stack. That's something that we actually even put into a separate platform called Git Protect, like a dedicated backup for DevOps. That's really cool. And in that particular stack, we are a market leader. Nobody does that better than us. So we're actually being recommended even by GitHub, for example, to do backup. Our solutions are also fully deployable on-prem. And what's also very nice is that if a customer keeps their maintenance consistent for 5 years, we will provide them with a new device every 5 years. So basically, eliminating the need for any sort of investment cost. So that's a huge value as well, especially that the demand for data storage is always going to grow. So we want to address that, and we want to keep the customer happy. So we're not exchanging the device. We're not taking the old one back. We're just providing them with a new one every 5 years, as long as the maintenance is consistent.
And you have a big play around compliance as well. Is that correct?
Yeah. At least based on the research that I did, especially for the UK market and the CAF 4.0 directive. So one of the things that's very important that is minimizing the impact of incidents. So immutable backups and error gapping is something that we can provide in a very comprehensive way. So definitely. Having the data on site, fully on-prem, being able to restore it in a timely fashion to maintain business continuity is something that it's a bread and butter. It's something that we help companies with every day. So definitely, this is if you're looking to be compliant with CF 4.0, Xopero is a solution that will help you achieve it.
Yeah, and where do you see the opportunities for partners in the backup and recovery space?
Yeah, so basically, what we see is customers are becoming much more conscious about their data, about the risk of suffering a cyber attack, and that consciousness is growing every day. And backup it's not just backup. It should be a comprehensive cyber resilience strategy. So just as well as you protect your endpoints with an EDR, backup needs to be a part of a comprehensive security strategy, and that consciousness is growing. For example, one of the things that people are slowly becoming aware of is that you also need to back up your cloud environments, right? Because you would think that because the data is stored in the cloud, it's properly replicated, and you won't lose access to it, but you can still be attacked. The data can still be encrypted, and also one of the things that we talk about is the shared responsibility model, which basically defines that. For example, Microsoft or any other cloud provider, they guarantee you access to the platform, but not access to the data. So you're responsible for your data. They only provide you with the platform. Yeah. So the backup of the cloud environment of the SaaS solutions is something that we also focus on, and we do very, very well.
No, that's great. Thanks, Matt. And finally, how ambitious are you for the UK market and your growth here?
Very ambitious. We right now. I think that the numbers I looked upon, about 80% of our revenue is in Poland, 20% is in the UK. I want to 20% is what I say in the UK. I meant just worldwide, other than Poland, 20%. Yeah, I want within 5 years, I want that to shift to the opposite. I want 80% of the revenue to come from other markets. Obviously, UK should be one of the major components of that. So, the whole strategy of the company right now is designed for global expansion. So we want to invest very heavily into those markets that we're focusing on, and we want to do it consistently. I always say that a partner, they don't need the best technology. They need a good technology that works, that solves a problem. What they do need is the best-in-class channel. The technology doesn't have to be the best, because the best technology with a bad channel is always going to lose to a good technology with a great channel. So right now, the focus for me is going to be to provide that kind of channel that the partners will want to work with.
Excellent. No, it's really good to hear you say that. No, thanks, Matt. And I really appreciate your time today and thanks for joining us.
No worries. Happy to join. Thank you for having me, Doug.